and welcome to the News Desk for May 25, 2018. My name is Tom Carpenter. I'm the CTO at CWNP, and this week we're continuing a three-part series on the News Desk talking about making a success of your wireless LAN career. Now, because this is my viewpoint on this, I'm talking with you about this by using a model that I use when I'm talking to people, helping them to plan their careers and things that I call the foundations of effectiveness. I reviewed them last week. If you didn't catch that, the foundations of effectiveness defines three sets of abilities that underlie your probability of success. They are the foundation of your success. If a piece of the foundation is broken, you're less likely to find the success you desire. The three abilities that are defined in the foundations of effectiveness are relational ability, self-management ability, and technical ability. So we talked about relational ability last week. If you haven't seen that one, go back and watch it. We're going to talk this week about self-management ability. That's right, we're still not talking about technical abilities. As I said last week, they're assumed. I'll talk about why that is and what I mean by it when we get to technical abilities next week. This week, then, we're talking about self-management abilities, the ability for you to manage yourself. Now, for this, I'm going to talk about four areas of development that you can focus on to improve your self-management, that I can focus on to improve my self-management. Let me just pause and be very vulnerable with you right now. I have not mastered all of these skills that I'm talking to you about. So I talked about relational abilities last week. I haven't necessarily mastered all of those skills. I haven't mastered all of the four areas I'm going to talk to you about today. I'm still working on them, still trying to improve. And when I'm 85 years old, if I'm still around, I'll probably still be trying to improve. So what are these four areas? Well, the first one is time management, managing your time. Some people are naturally really good at this, and some people aren't as good. I'm not necessarily a natural time manager, so I have to use tools and techniques to help me manage my time. Time management is an essential skill set? Well, go to school, learn time management. It's an essential skill set. And with time management, the thing is that it's all about, first of all, an understanding that it's an asset. Once spent, you never get back. And so first of all, build that foundation in your mind. I want to invest this asset well because I only have one chance to invest it. The next minute of my life that I'm recording this video in is dedicated to recording this video, and I'll never get it back. So I should be doing something that's very important for me or for my organization right now. And hopefully this video and the News Desk series that we do every week is indeed valuable to CWNP and to those who watch them. So time management is key. The second one is project management. Now, what I mean by this and why I'm calling this a self-management skill set is because you're often managing a project that only you are involved in. So you're managing the whole thing and you're doing all the work as well. So project management skills can be applied there. But even if you're managing a large-scale project with many, many people, as the project manager, it's key to manage yourself so that you manage the project well. The third area, and this is one that many struggle with, is delegation skills. This is really challenging for experts. Technical experts struggle a lot with delegation because they have a hard time trusting that someone else is going to do it as well as they would. And they want to take control of that and they want to do it. And then they may take control of too much and they actually do it with less quality than they would have had they delegated to someone else because they're trying to put too much on their plate. So delegation is a key skill set. This is one I'm working on. And then the fourth one, now this is going to get all mushy here for a second, okay? But it's, in my opinion, the most important part of self-management. How do you stay calm when there are struggles around you? How do you stay calm when someone does something that might upset you? How do you keep a calm demeanor? How do you respond to someone who attacks you in a calm way that does not escalate them further? How do you deal with customer complaints? How do you address a failure in a project where you didn't succeed like you wanted to? All of this comes back to this fourth skill set, which is absolutely essential for success for a technical professional or anybody else, and that's your inner dialogue. How do you talk to yourself? Your inner dialogue. What do you say to yourself when you are late on something? Do you say to yourself, oh well, who cares? Well, you'll probably be late on the next thing too. Or do you say to yourself, I've got to learn from that. Let me see what I can learn. What's your inner dialogue in relation to somebody that maybe they're degrading something you've created? They're saying it's not good enough. Do you tell yourself, oh, I'll never get this right? Or do you tell yourself, what did I get wrong? And how can I do better next time to make sure I get it right? Inner dialogue is essential for success because without it, you get defeated and you give up and you stay at a plateau. You get to a certain level of achievement, you say, I've accomplished that, and you won't go any further because when you tried to go further, maybe you failed or something didn't go quite right. And your inner dialogue said, maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe we need to change our inner dialogue so we can believe that we're good enough. So when it comes to self-management abilities, we're looking at time management, project management, delegation, and inner dialogue. Are there more? Sure, there's always more. But these are 4 key areas if you focus on, you'll do well. As I told you last week, I'm not providing necessarily the books or other resources that you can use to learn these things. I want you to be thinking about the things to learn to be successful in your wireless LAN career. Next week, we'll wrap up this series by talking about the one you all been waiting for, technical abilities. So with that, that's a wrap for this news desk. I'd like to thank you for viewing. If you haven't already, make sure you click below to subscribe. You can click the bell to get notifications. And if you're not aware of it, or even if you are and just haven't taken action yet, Wi-Fi Trek's going to be in San Diego this year in October. So make sure you go to conferences.cwnp.com to learn more about it and register today. Thanks for viewing, and I'll see you next week.